What's up, everybody? This is Justin with Me, Myself, and Dice, a channel dedicated to solo board games. We've made it through Crossbones, Absorbing Man, Taskmaster, and barely survived Zola. And if you missed that, here's a link. Get caught up and come back. So how are we going to do against the man himself, the notorious Red Skull? There's only one way to find out. Let's get down to the table and play Rise of the Red Skull.
Where's the stone, Zola?
The Red Skull has it, mine heir, in his fortress. What was once your precious White House now belongs to the Red Skull. What progress have you made towards my ultimate design?
We will soon be able to use the stone to conquer the world, Air Skull.
Supreme Leader, we are under attack.
Avengers assemble!
Keep working. I will deal with the Avengers.
Welcome back down to the table, everyone. We've got everything laid out to get ready for the last scenario in our Red Skull expansion against Red Skull himself, the big bad villain. Now, I haven't shown this before, but this is the campaign log. It's on the back of the book. I made a copy, and it keeps track of everything from scenario to scenarios. For instance, the exosuit and the energy shield are what we kept from the first game. This will come into play this game. Number of delay counters on the main scheme from scenario 2. And then Widow was engaged with minions and Cap was not. And then none of our allies were removed from the game last time. As we head into the last scenario, there's a few things we need to do. The first being what we tried to do in the 2 scenarios ago is take these basic defense upgrade and basic recovery upgrade, and we get to flip them. And we get the improved recovery upgrade, which is the same, but we get to draw a card, and the improved defense upgrade, which again is the same as the other side, but we get to draw a card again. And I definitely felt the pain of not being able to draw cards with these the last game. So we have Red Skull, number 1. He has 2 scheme, 0 attack. Red Skull gets +1 attack for each scheme in play. We'll see how that comes to fruition here in a minute. We're going to set him up right there. And then he has 2 main schemes. He has Red Skull, Rise of Red Skull, and New World Hydra. So we've done the contents. Let's read the setup. Put the red house into play, shuffle every other side scheme into the side scheme deck, and set it next to the encounter deck. Set the sleeper aside out of play. So the first thing we need to do is take out the red house. That's going to start into play. We'll take care of that in a minute. And these are all of the side schemes in the encounter deck. They were taken out. So these get to make their own deck, which is kind of interesting. And these will play a little bit differently than normally. So let's put these over here. It says pull the sleeper out. I've already got his health set up. This guy's going to be nasty when he comes out. We'll set him right there. And his health right beside him. We're going to use a hero dial for the main scheme. We'll use regular scheme counters for the other one. And that takes care of that. So now it says Red Skull plans to conquer the world with the power of the Reality Stone. He uses his strategic genius to keep you busy while he works towards his goal. Force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. And then the red house will be set up. It says Red Skull built his fortress over the White House as a symbol of Hydra's conquest over America. Red Skull cannot take damage while this is out. Interrupt. When a character thwarts this side scheme, they may use their attack instead of their thwart. This starts with 6 on it. So we'll go ahead and put 6. And then the book says that this one starts with as much threat on it as there were delay counters. So that was 8. That's why I showed you the campaign log. So it starts with 8 out of 16 threat. So already halfway there. That's not cool. And so each turn during the villain phase, he's going to flip a new threat over. He starts with 24 hit points. We have that set up. And let's go ahead. Everything else, we need to just shuffle up. So let's see what our opening hand for Natasha is. We have Stealth Strike, Counterintelligence, followed, Acrobatics, Acrobatics, and Target Acquired. For Steve, we get Hawkeye, Black Knight, Heroic Strike, Squirrel Girl, Elektra, and Honorary Avenger. I really like Natasha's starting hand a lot, but I think I need try to dig for resource cards. So let's discard 3, as hard as that is, and get 3 more. So we got Power of Justice, another Counterintelligence, and her Tactical Scanner, which stinks because that means it's going to be set up now, and we're down a card. For Steve, I actually have too many allies, so I'm definitely going to get rid of Black Knight, and I think I'm going to get rid of Heroic Strike. And I think that's it. Maybe Squirrel Girl as well. Yeah, I want to dig for some resources for him too. 1, 2, 3. See what we get. Fearless Determination, Falcon, and Make the Call. Okay, Make the Call is one reason I was okay discarding Squirrel Girl. Alright, let's get the rest of the setup cards and we'll be ready to go. Alright, we've gone through their decks. We've gotten Improved Recovery upgrade, and of course her Tactical Scanner is already out. And then we got Cap Shield in our hands and Improved Defense upgrade. Let's give the heroes their first turn. Start with Natasha, I believe. Give her the first player marker, play Power of Justice, and get out Counterintelligence. That will give her response. We draw a card and get Widow's Gauntlet. Discard that. We'll discard a Counterintelligence to get her Gauntlet out. We'll use her Gauntlet to get out Acrobatics. We still have Followed in our hand. It looks like there'll be plenty of side schemes to use this on, so I think I'll hold on to it. She's going to flip, and she's going to thwart for 2. Start taking care of this. And hand it over to Steve. Let's play Fearless Determination for the card draw. Get Power of Leadership. That comes in very handy. We're going to use his ability to make this hero cost 1 less, so he costs 2. We'll pay for that with Power of Leadership. And Hawkeye, as always, gets 4 error counters on him. We will play out Elektra, and we will pay a physical resource so that she says after you play Elektra from your hand, spend a physical resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Don't mind if I do. Down to 21. First blood has been drawn. We're going to discard Falcon for Cap Shield. We will flip him over and thwart for 3. And then discard, make the call to ready him, and thwart for 3 more, which will just be 1. And get rid of this guy. This will leave Elektra open and Hawkeye open, both to attack. So we attack for 4 more. Down to 17. And that is a lovely number to start the first villain phase off with. Let's draw some cards. Again, we're going to keep Followed, so 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got Agent Coulson, another Counterintelligence, Winter Soldier, and Widow's Bite. Alright, for Steve, we need 5 cards. 3, 4, 5. And we get Heroic Strike, Shield Block, which I love. I love drawing that this turn. Make the Call, Honorary Avenger, and Avenger's Symbol. Okay, I see some potential there. Let's ready everybody up. First thing we do is put 2 on there, but we're going to trigger Counterintelligence and prevent 3. So none goes on there, and she gets her response to take a pot shot at Skull. Love it. Down to 16. And then we reveal this, and it is Hydra Reinforcements. What Hydra lacks in skill, they make up for in sheer numbers. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme discards a non-elite minion. It accelerates the card draw for encounter cards, so we'll put a token there, and this gets 4 on it. So now Skull wants to attack starting with Black Widow. He attacks for 1 plus whatever we draw. I think we will block. No, we'll take it. We'll take it. So he attacks for 3. We're going to trigger this, which disregard the boost icons, and then deal them back to him. So she'll deal 2 from here and 1 from her trigger. 1, 2, 3, down to 13. Love it. And then he wants to attack Cap. Cap will block. And he attacks for 3. Cap blocks for 4, so he's fine. And he gets a card draw off of that. He gets energy, and he gets to retaliate. So already down to 12. We've drained half of his hit points in the first turn. That's fantastic. Okay, we go to encounter cards, starting with Black Widow. So 1 for her, 1 for him, and an extra 1 for her. She gets Hydra Jet Trooper with Quick Strike. So he does attack of 2. She'll take it. Down to 11. Then she gets Exosuit. Spin 1 of each resource. Discard this card. He gets +1 scheme, +1 attack. Might need to take care of that. And then Steve gets Red Skull's right hook. Attached to Red Skull. Red Skull gains Retaliate 1. We can spend 1 of each resource and discard this card as well. I did not use Shield Block last turn because I wanted to draw the card. I figured I could make use of that in some other way. Let's look and see what allies are already in our deck. I know we pulled a lot. So we can bring out Falcon or Squirrel Girl or Black Knight. Let me think about that a second. We do have a Make the Call in our hand. Okay, let's do Make the Call and use Shield Block. We'll bring Squirrel Girl out. She does 1 damage to each enemy. So down to 11. And when the Hydra Jet Trooper came out, Hawkeye should have shot him for 2. Can't forget about his little damages. That's why we have him out. So he's gone, taken care of. That's why I brought out Squirrel Girl. And I don't have the resources now to spend, so we're just going to attack with Cap. Heroic Strike. We will pay 3 resources. No, we won't. We will pay these 3 resources because I want that physical resource. And we deal 6 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 5. And then he gets stunned. And then he retaliates for 1. So Cap is down to 13. We have Avengers Assemble still in our hand. And Elektra is going to attack. So she will be out of here. But she gets to give 3 damage on the way, down to 2. Squirrel Girl and Hawkeye want to start doing some work on this. They each get a counter on them. And we hand it over to Black Widow. I think Widow will start with her bite. Let's go ahead and discard Coulson and put out Followed on that. I don't have any resources to get either one of those out. I was trying to think of the best way to do this. I think I like this. To deal 2 thwart here. That's gone. And she doesn't have any minions in play to worry about, so we don't have to worry about that effect. But deal 4 damage to an enemy. That goes in her discard pile. And that way she can deal damage to him without having retaliate. So that quick, Red Skull 1 is out of here. Let's get Red Skull 2. Red Skull 2, he goes up to 3 scheme and 1 attack and gets the +1 attack for each side scheme in play. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. So now he attacks for 2 plus whatever and +1 for whatever's out here. Schemes for 4 and has retaliate 1. Still painful. Okay, so each player gets an encounter card. This is gone. And then back to the hero's turn. I don't think I can do anything else. I'm going to discard counterintelligence, and she'll draw 4 more cards. She gets target acquired, spycraft, stealth strike, and covert ops. Cap will get 5 cards. We're going to discard Avengers Assemble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Super Soldier Serum, Steve's Apartment, Strength, Quinjet, Strength in Numbers. Alright, let's ready these guys up. Enemy phase, we get 2 on this, up to 10. And then we draw one of these, and it is prison camps. Under Hydra's rule, families are separated and incarcerated without due process. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an ally, puts it into play, and shuffles their deck. Oh, that's a cool benefit. We get an acceleration token and starts with 6 on it. Wow, that's neat. What is not neat is that he wants to attack. He'll attack Cap first, but he is still stunned from the last time. And he wants to attack Black Widow. I think Steve's going to jump in. He attacks for 1, 2, 3. So 3, and he blocks for 4, and 3 is what it's going to be. So Steve draws a card. It's another Avengers Assemble. And retaliates for 1. Skull starts with 32 health. And then retaliate, he's down to 31. Counter cards. Start with Steve. We have Hydra, Exo, Soldier. 2 scheme, 2 attack. Starts with a tough card on him. And has 5 health. So he'll come into play. Engaged with Steve. Hawkeye will shoot him and take the tough status card off. Then we have Advance. The villain schemes. There's nothing I can do about that. So he schemes for 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the 16 that's needed for this to flip over. Let's grab the next one. Okay, New World Hydra. The Red Skull is 1 step closer to unlocking the full power of the Infinity Stone. You need to stop him before he does, and all reality is bent to his evil will. When revealed, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. Alrighty. Force response is the same, and if this scheme is completed, the players lose the game. It starts with 2 threat on it. So put 2 threat on that, reveal the next scheme, and it is Mass Chaos. Red Skull creates catastrophes across this country to keep his enemies busy. When revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different resource type icon they discarded this way. Oh, that's not cool. So let's go ahead and discard this so we don't confuse ourselves. For Black Widow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 1 type of resource, 2 types of resources, 2 types of resources, 2 types of resources, and 2 types of resources. So 2 goes on here already. And then for Cap, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 resources. Of course, that would be the one time I pull the wild card. So let's change that out, and there's 6 on there. Not cool, and we have to do that before we can attack any of these other ones. Okay, back here, I'm still debating. Did I want to use this when he came out? I think I'll save it. I think I'll save it just in case she gets a minion. All right, the first one is her burn notice. She can flip. We will. We'll exhaust her. We'll get this out of the game. And then a treachery, which we can't do anything about. When revealed, exhaust a character you control for each side scheme in play. Well, not a problem. And it doesn't say if you cannot surge it, so we're good. Semi-good. Okay, let's move to the hero phase. For Natasha's turn, we're going to pay 1 and put out target acquired, which allows us to draw a card. Then we will discard 3 resources and play Covert Ops, which will take 4 off of this. and confuse the villain. Still have grappling hook in my hand. She's still pretty high health, so let's flip her over. She's still exhausted. Let's pay 2 to get out Super Soldier Serum. Let's use that to get out Steve's apartment. We will discard a card to ready Steve. Steve will thwart for 2. And Squirrel Girl will attack for 1. I think we're just going to let Hawkeye stay there. We have 2 cards left, so let's put out Quinjet. So Mass Chaos is gone. We can't do anything about that. And I believe that's all we can do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have Shield Block, Emergency Teleporter, Fearless Determination, Avengers Assemble, Genius. We're going to keep Grappling Hook. And we get another Grappling Hook, Covert Ops again, Spycraft, and Daredevil. It's a good thwarting hand. Okay, Villain Phase 3 goes on this because of the acceleration token. So we're up to 5. And then we flip a new one, and it is the Sleeper Awakens. I knew this was coming. Rising from the Potomac River, the Sleeper has awakened to answer the Red Skull summons. The scheme cannot leave play while the Sleeper is in play. Put the Sleeper into play when revealed. Engage with the first player, then the Sleeper is defeated. When the Sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. So he's going up here. Sleeper's coming up to right there, and he has 10 on him, guard, retaliate 1, and toughness. He is nasty. Dude, he's so cool. 1 scheme, 3 attack, guard, retaliate, toughness. Hawkeye, of course, is going to take that toughness away from him. Widow's Bite is going to trigger. I'm glad I saved it. That was one of the reasons I was thinking about saving it. It does 2 damage to him, so he's down to 8. Down to 8, and he is stunned, which is nice. All right, that takes care of the first part. The second part, now Red Skull wants to attack, starting with Black Widow. Squirrel Girl is going to jump in front of that for her. So he attacks for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, doesn't really matter. And then he's going to attack Cap, who's going to use Shield Block and block the same, 6, yes. Block any amount of damage, and since that says defense on it, and I got this wrong when I said earlier, I do get to draw a card because he did technically defend. We get Agent 13. Okay, we go with encounter cards. 1 for her, 1 for him. She gets Infinite Power. When revealed hero, give Red Skull a tough status card. Red Skull attacks you. Not cool, dude. I think Cap is going to jump over there and block. He blocks for 4. He won't be able to draw a second card because it does say exhaust this card. Yes, exhaust this card, draw a card. So he won't be able to do that again. But he can still block for 4. So he attacks for... Oh, he was stunned. So we'll just say he doesn't attack for this one. He wasn't stunned, he was tough. Okay, so we're right. That's why I didn't think that through. Okay, so he attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 4. So Cap takes no damage. He doesn't get to draw a card. Does retaliate 1, which takes this tough off. And we look at this. If this card resolves during an undefended attack, it's not. So don't have to worry about that. Okay, wasn't too bad. Let's move this over and see what our heroes can do. Oh, nope, we still have this card. Hydrojet Trooper. Once again, pot shot you for 2. He does have Quick Strike, which would come first, so we'll just take 2 damage. Because if I let Hawkeye take it, and then he would have attacked as well, so we'll take 2 more damage. Did that out of order. These blended in, sorry. Having a feeling this might be a kind of a vital turn here. Let's start with Fearless Determination to draw a card, Mockingbird. Okay, we're going to discard 3. One of each source and get rid of this Retaliate. Actually, I don't care about the Retaliate. That's not bothering me as much as the Exosuit is. Get rid of the Exosuit. We needed to put 1 counter on Quinjet. We're going to pay the full amount resource-wise. Oops, that stays down here. 3 to get Mockingbird out. After she comes into play, an enemy is stunned. We're going to stun him. We should have taken that off of him last turn. We're just going to stun him. And then she is going to thwart for 1. Really don't want this to get out of hand. And Hawkeye is going to attack for 1 against the Jet Trooper. Jet Trooper's gone. We still have Steve's emergency teleporter. I'm trying to think of what ally I want to put back in play. Let's see what we have. We have Hawkeye, we have Squirrel Girl, which could be helpful. We have Falcon, Elektra. I feel like Hawkeye or Falcon would be our best bet right now. Falcon's a gamble because of that, but Hawkeye, man, he was working. So let's do that. I'm going to discard this from the game. We've held on that for a long time. And we're going to bring Hawkeye back into play under our control. And he has 4 more counters on him. So now he can go ahead and thwart for 1 more. Why not? 1 there, 1 there. For the Black Widow, we want to I think we're going to discard 2 grappling hooks and a Daredevil. Man, I really hate to do that. But we're going to play Covert Ops and remove 4 threat and confuse the villain. The villain is already confused. But this is gone. And we get to put an ally from our discard or our decks into play. I think we're going to put Daredevil out. It's either Daredevil or Winter Soldier, I think. Let's look and see what else. We have Coulson. And we have Quake. Which is, she has an after a minion schemes ability. I think I like the idea of Daredevil thwarting and then pinging 1 damage. In fact, we'll do that right now. We'll thwart for 2 here. 1, 2, and we'll ping him for 1, and then she's going to attack for 2, down to 5, half dead and stunned. And actually, we're doing so well, let's go ahead and use this. Let's discard this card and remove it from the campaign log, draw 5 cards. We got Stealth Strike, Queen Carrier, Quake, Surveillance Team, and Scent Suit. Wow, I want to get out several of those. Let's discard those 3 and bring out Queen Carrier, which will give us an extra resource. And then I still have Scent Suit in my hand. Nothing else I can really do. So let's draw up. 4 cards for her. 1, 2, 3, 4. Energy, Power of Justice, Target Acquired, and Widow's Bite. And then for Cap, we get 5. Heroic Strike, Honorary Avenger, Moon Knight, Shield Toss, and Wonder Man. On to the villain face. Now only putting 2 on here, which is great. We flip over this, and it is Censor the Past. Hydra controls all media outlets and uses propaganda to turn the masses against the heroes of the past. When defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. And we have an acceleration token. This starts with 6 on it. Red Skull wants to attack Cap first. Cap will block for 4. He hits for 1, 2. Just 2. Cap draws a card. It is, from his not as discard, a Quinjet. And then the Hydra Exo Soldier wants to attack for 2, and we will let Mockingbird take that. Daredevil should have had a consequential damage on him. Red Skull wants to attack. I meant to flip her over at the end of last turn, and I did not. She will block. She'll block. He actually attacked for 3. 3. And this, give the villain a tough status card and another boost card. I don't like that. We're going to trigger this. Cancel the boost ability. So that just comes off like a blank with no boost icons. So she blocked for 2. He hit for 1, 2, 3. So 1 gets through, down to 10. She gets to do a damage to something. Might as well be this. And then this dude wants to attack. But this big sleeper is continually stunned. It's amazing. We get an encounter card for each. Starting with Steve, we go Twisted Reality. Insight 1. So let's start with that. Up to 6 out of 22. And attached to a side scheme. When the attached side scheme is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. Well, let's attach it to the sleeper. And we have this one, which is a Hydra Soldier with guard. He's not too terrible. I guess we'll go ahead and keep him. Of course, Hawkeye is going to ping him for 2. And she doesn't have a bite out. Black Widow will be our first player. Well, speaking of not having a bite out, let's put her bite out. Widow's bite. Target acquired just saved our rear end, so let's put another one of those out. And then we'll pay 3 for her scent suit, give her a little more beefiness. And then we are going to thwart for 2 on this one. And he gets to deal a damage. Might as well be here. And she's out of options. I'm going to, first of all, put a counter on Quinjet. Oh, that may change what I do. No, I don't think it will. We're going to discard Heroic Strike, Wonder Man, Honorary Avenger, and Quinjet. We are going to do a shield toss. 4 damage to X number of minions, where X is, or X number of enemies, where X is the number of cards discarded, so 4. So 4 to him, he's gone. 4 to him, he's gone. 4 to him, he retaliates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 27. Retaliates for 1, down to 8. And then our last one's going to be 4 to him. He's gone out of the game, gone, which is fantastic. That means this is gone out of the game. And this gets his forced response, deal the first player an encounter card. So she will have 2 encounter cards already dealt to her when she starts the villain's turn. So that's gone. And Moon Knight's going to come out for free. We're going to flip Steve over. We're going to heal him for 1. Up to 9. Draw a card. It's another Super Soldier Serum. I should have kept Moon Knight. That was a poor play. Very poor play. Let's go ahead and thwart for 3. Puts a second one on there. Another one on there. Have Super Soldier Serum in my hand. Let's draw back up. There's only 1 card in our deck. So we're going to give Cap an encounter card. It's just a full his deck. Alright, so he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So along with his Super Soldier Serum, Strength in Numbers, Black Knight, Strength in Numbers, Shang-Chi, and Genius. Black Widow needs 5 cards. She only has 4 in her deck. So she will get another. Oh, this is going to be bad. Alright, give her her 5th card, and she gets Dance of Death, Genius, Surveillance Team, Fury, and Black Widow's Gauntlet. Why do I not feel like we saw Fury the first time? I must have missed it. Okay, let's ready up to 9. But she has 3. She's going to end up with at least 4. He's going to end up with 2 encounter cards. These need to be shuffled up so we can draw a new one. So we've seen all of them, and the sleeper is the only one that's left the game. Although I didn't feel that was that bad. Of course, we stunned him for 2 turns. Okay. The first one is Mass Chaos. This is the one where we discard the top cards of our deck. So we have 1, 2, 3 types of icons. So that's a 3. And we have 1. Good grief. We have all 4 types of icons there. So another 4. Lovely. Steve should be readied. He wants to attack Black Widow. Widow is going to block. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He attacks for 5. She blocks for 3, so 2 gets through. 9, 8. Okay, he wants to scheme, but he is confused. And that's something. I'll take it. We deal out encounter cards. First to her, and then to him. Oh boy, let's go through this massive pile. So we'll start with the first one, Red Skull's right hook. He gains another Retaliate 1, so he has 2 of these. So he now has Retaliate 2. Oh, not cool. Second one is his Luger. He gets piercing and ranged. That means Retaliate's no longer going to work on him. +1/+1. I'm really not liking this right now. Oh, jeez. Master Strategist attached to Red Skull. When Red Skull activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play, then discard this card. So that is a one-time use. But there's no way to pay it off or get rid of it. Oh, jeez. You know what? I don't like that card. Let's discard this. That allows us to discard that and reveal another card instead. And it's a Hydra Flame Soldier. I'll take that because he's going to hit it for 2. And her bite's going to go off for 2. He's gone. She reacted. So first thing, she gets that reaction, which readies her. And then she gets 2 reactions on this. So she can ping him down twice. 1, 2. Okay. Still have one more card. And it is a Hydra Soldier, which we can do 2 damage to. He gets a boost card behind him, or a encounter card behind him. And he has guard. Bam. Okay. I would say that wasn't that bad, but Retaliate 2. Okay, Cap has 2. First one is Spreading Lies, Treachery. Place 2 threat on each scheme in play. Sure, why not? Mass Chaos is bad. Oh, man. And then 2 on this. We are up to 11. I'm not really worried about that one as much. Of course, I say that, but it looks like it can get out of hand, and we're not really doing anything to it. All right, last one. Gang up, Treachery. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. And that was Steve. So the villain attacks for 1. Oh, wait, we were in Alter Ego. Sorry, this card gains Surge. So let's put that where it goes. It gets Surge, and we have another Treachery. Exhaust a character you control for each side scheme in play. I do believe that would be 2. So let's do those 2. All right, let's let Cap be the first player and see what we can do. Let's go ahead and heal him for 1, back up to 10. Let's draw a card. It is Squirrel Girl. Let's get our Super Soldier Serum out, our second one. This is up to 3. Squirrel Girl will only cost 1 because of his ability. So that's 3 in play. Does 1 damage to each. Down to 24. I think she's going to go ahead and attack for 2 here. And his Retaliate's going to knock her out. Shang-Chi's going to come in. He's going to attack for 2 as well, which puts 1 on him. Does 2 damage, Retaliate 2, he's gone. And then we'll use these 2. And strengthen numbers to bring out Black Knight, who has piercing. I think Steve's going to heal for 3. Up to 13. Flip over. You know what? I'm going to pay Quinjet for Black Knight instead. That way I can use strength and numbers to ready him, and he can attack, or let's thwart. Let's be smart. And Black Knight can attack this dude. He's gone. He gets a consequential. We didn't go over our limit. That is literally just throwing allies at the villain. But it was effective. I'll take it. Let's play 1, 2, 3, and Quinjet for 4, and we're bringing out Nick Fury. We're going to draw 3 cards with him, so we get Winter Soldier, Quake, and Widow's Bite. We will use a gauntlet to get out Widow's Bite. We will pay 3 cards. This is going to hurt. That's okay. We're going to pay 3 cards. Natasha is going to, before we pay those 3, she's going to thwart for 2. So these 2 are gone. And then she is going to do 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, but over 3 attacks. So this is going to hurt. So 6 damage, we'll start with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to 14. And he does 2, 4, 6 damage. She's at 8, so she's down to 2. And that means we need to flip her over. That's gone. Fury is going to thwart for 2. Daredevil is going to thwart for 2 as well. So close to getting rid of that. And then we draw back up. She gets 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just need you to survive. Strength, Power of Justice, Target Acquired, Surveillance Team, Stealth Strike, and Covert Ops. Cap will get 5. Shield Block, Heroic Strike, Power of Leadership, and her Honorary Avenger. Let's ready these guys up. 3 goes on this. Up to 14 out of 22. We draw the first side scheme, and it is the Red House. Red Skull cannot take damage until this is gone. When a character thwarts this side scheme, they may use their attack instead of thwart. Starts with 6 on it. We have to get rid of that. So we've got to get 7 thwart to even get close. Skull looks to attack Cap. He attacks for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cap will block 4, 4, and he does 5, 6, 7. So he takes 3 damage, back down to 10. There it is, 10. Actually, instead, he was back at 13. Let's put him back at 13. We'll use Shield Block. So we don't have to do this. He still gets to draw a card. Avengers Assemble. He doesn't get to retaliate because he has ranged. And then he's going to scheme. So he schemes for 3, 4, just 4, only 4. That's 18. And I could also use Fury. Then I wouldn't have got to draw a card. I've already drawn a card, revealed new information, so can't really do anything about it. Let it be. Alright, so we have encounter cards. Hydra Soldier goes here. Last Arrow is going to deal damage to him. I think we'll leave him with 2 just in case she gets a minion. We have Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Okay. We'll discard target acquired. That is an upgrade. And then we have Shadows of the Past. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's go grab a Nemesis. Her Nemesis is Taskmaster. So, I guess I'm glad that I didn't use that on that silly Hydra Guard. Taskmaster gets +1 scheme, +1 attack for each upgrade you control. He's 0 scheme, 0 attack, and 4 health. Well, she's going to do her bite on him. Deal 2 damage and stun him. Alright, and then we have another side scheme coming into play. Good grief. It has 3 plus 2 more on it. 1 additional health for each hero there, so 5. Gets another acceleration token. Ouch. And we're getting ready to run out this deck. But the good news is these 3 get shuffled into the deck, so that may make it last a tad bit longer. Okay, there's our measly little deck. End of the round, Fury goes away. He did his part, and we're going to move the first player over to Natasha. I have almost a perfect hand for this here. So let's start off with discarding Strength and Surveillance Team for 3 resources. We're going to do Heroic Action. She's not a hero right now. Let's heal her for 3. So she's up to 5. Let's take these cards back because we get to draw a card. Grappling Hook. That may change something. So we're going to flip her over. We are going to do Stealth Strike. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Let's do it to him. And if it kills a minion, move 2 threat from a scheme. So we have to do it from here. It's only 1, but that's out of our hair. Alright. I can use 1, 2, 3 to get out Covert Ops. And she gets to remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. So we'll do it from here. That's gone. Villain is confused. Each player chooses 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. Let's see what she wants. I think we're going to do a Nick Fury, a Strength, and a Black Widow's Gauntlet in hers. And we're going to do a Shield Block, Fearless Determination, and Genius in his. Let me shuffle these up. Alright, Widow's deck's getting kind of low. She still has Grappling Hook in her hand. I don't have enough to afford it. That's discarded. We move over to Steve, and let's see what he can do. He doesn't have the guard dude in front of him anymore. I think it's all or nothing time. I'm really worried about her health. So, let's do 1, 2, 3, and do a Heroic Strike on the villain. So 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down to 8. He retaliates 2. That will be 11. And then we can do 2 damage here. He's gone. So let's pull this down. Down to 6. 2 damage here. He's going to be gone from retaliate. 1, 2, down to 4. Hawkeye will do a damage on his way out. Just 1. Cap will do 2 damage. He gets retaliated down to 9. We will discard a Heroic Strike because we don't have enough to pay for it. ready cap, and deal 2 more damage. And Red Skull is defeated.
Cap, I found the stone. I believe I can use it to undo Hydra's reality. Do it, Tony. Ah, it's good to be home. Verily, another glorious victory to celebrate.
And that was Rise of the Red Skull campaign. We defeated the man himself, Red Skull, and we saved New York City. That is great. Usually when I get new heroes, I run them through the core box, but I think I have enjoyed this so much that I'm going to start running them through this campaign. In fact, I think I'll try it on Expert and see if I can get along there. I really hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. As I've said in the last video, let me know down below how often you'd like to see Marvel Champions. I definitely want to revisit it in the future. If I made any rules errors, please note that in the comments down below as well. If you like this content, there are plenty of ways to support this channel. The most important is hitting that like and subscribe button, hitting the bell notifications so you don't miss a video. And if you want to use a tip jar, there's a link to buy me coffee down below. Also, there are links below to anything that you saw on the table, things that I enjoy using during my tabletop gaming and filming experience. So I hope you enjoyed this campaign of Rise of the Red Skull, and I hope you'll join me next time. And as always, thanks for coming and happy gaming.
What's bothering you, Tony? Hydra nearly conquered the world with that stone. What if there's more stones out there?